You made it. Well done. You've clicked on the video. The next part of it is to actually join in with me with some of the exercises. This is a little bit different to my usual nice, slow, steady Pilates class, but I promise you, you'll get a lot from this if you can give it a go. So the idea is that we're going to raise the heart rate for about 30 seconds with various exercises. And then I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds rest while I then demonstrate and show you the next exercise. There's going to be different varieties of the same exercise. So whether you're a beginner, whether you have been exercising for a while, there's something for you and you can make it more or less challenging. So don't be daunted. Do what you can. If there's an exercise you don't really like, march on the spot or go back to a previous one that we've covered and that you enjoyed and do that one instead. During the exercises, I am going to show you that you can use either some weights. So if you haven't got weights, you could grab a bottle of water and also a band, which I've put the link in the blog to. I use these bands loads. They're really, really strong and give you a lot of good resistance. Really easy, really portable. Can't rate these highly enough. If you haven't got one of these, just do it without for now, but consider buying one. I'm not affiliated to the shop in any way. Shall we get started? I'm going to do 9 different exercises, so it's not going to take long. We're going to get that heart rate up, and this is a bit of exercise that I enjoy doing in my spare time and find it really beneficial alongside Pilates, alongside much heavier weight training. But this is what we can do quick and fast, just like I wrote about in the blog. Shall we get started? All right, here we go. So our first exercise is going to be squats. So a nice steady squat. I'll show you from the side, keeping the chest up, sticking the bottom out, and then driving through the heels as you come back up into standing. I've got my legs hip width apart, and I'm going fairly deep because I can squat quite deep. But if you can only get to here, go for that. All right, now, if you want, and you've got a band, pop it under your feet. And this is just something you can do if you've got one of these bands. Squat and then take it into a shoulder press. So we're making it a combination movement and certainly firing up a few more muscle groups. So those are your 2 options. I'm going to squat and shoulder press. I'm going to start my timer for 30 seconds and then we'll have 30 seconds rest. So let's go. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So squat and then push up. Even if you haven't got the band, you could just raise your arms up to the ceiling and get that bit of shoulder mobility. Keep that movement going, doing really, really well. Definitely heart rate starting to come up. Feeling that burn into the legs. How long have we got? And we're done. Oh, look at that. That 30 seconds was over really, really quickly. All right, you guys get 30 seconds rest. I'm going to show you the next exercise. So we're going to do press ups. Now, don't switch off. If you can't do a press up on the floor, you're going to find a wall. Step your legs back into the nose, into the wall, and push back up again. And you can go as close to that wall or as far away from that wall to make it easier or harder. If you can do full press ups, fabulous. You're going to come down onto the floor, down, and push up again. If you can't do that, have a go on your knees, chest to the floor, engaging the tummy muscles as you come back up. All right, let's start the timer. Pick your version of the movement, and we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, off you go. I'm not going to be able to talk an awful lot if I end up doing full press ups for 30 seconds. So I might have to drop to my knees or not talk. So engage your tummy muscles as you push back up again and out of the movement. Nice. We must be nearly there. And we're there, 30 seconds done. Well done, you. If you're on the floor, have a bit of a stretch through your shoulders or walk your hands up the wall for the same stretch. Let's do our next exercise. The next one's going to be curtsies. Not something you typically do in daily life. This is a curtsy. You can take it as low or as shallow as you like. And if you've got some weights, this is going to intensify that. You're going to feel the burn, get those legs working that bit harder. So bottles of water if you haven't got weights. Let's curtsy in 3, 2, 1, off we go. The other way to make this a bit harder is to speed up the movement or to add a little hop in. But like I say, go for what feels comfortable for you, and that might just be a little bop to one side and the other. Doing really, really well. Should be starting to feel this in the legs, in the bum. And we're done, 30 seconds done. Okay, take your rest, grab some water if you need it. The next one we're going to do, back down on the floor, for those that can get on and off the floor. It's going to be mountain climbers. If you can't do mountain climbers, I just want you to have a go at marching, but opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay? So in standing marching, on the floor, mountain climbers, and you're just bringing the knees in towards the chest. I'm going to stay down and do mountain climbers. If you're doing marching, let's get ready to go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So your mountain climber can be quite slow or it can be really fast, depending on what your goal is. If you're doing it nice and slow, you're certainly going to be working more of your tummy muscles. And if you're going fast, that heart rate is really going to be climbing. It's a lot of work through the shoulders, through the tummy muscles. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. Give yourself a bit of a well done. We're about, how many have we done? 1, 2, 3. We've done 4, so there's 5 to go. So nearly halfway through. All right. Our next one is going to be lunges. Level 1. So beginners, hold on to something if you want to. We're in this step stance position, and you're literally going to just dip down and come back up again. All right, so just as low as you feel comfortable to go. Level 2 is a step into the lunge and drive back out again. Thinking about that hip distance apart with the legs. Level 3, I'll give you a level 3. I'm not going to be doing it because it burns the legs and I need to be able to walk tomorrow. But that is your jump lunges. Okay, so pick your version. If you want to lunge with weights, again, you're going to be adding in that extra bit of effort. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. You don't need to go this low. You can literally just step and bop the knee down just a little way. Whatever feels comfortable is better than sitting down, isn't it? You're going to be working the legs, certainly getting that heart rate up. Nice. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Can you see how it works? Can you see how building the heart rate for 30 seconds and then resting and then going again just really keeps the heart rate up, but allows you to work at a much higher level for a shorter amount of time. Oh, the next one's good. The next one is a bent over row. Now, if you've got a band, then use the band. If you haven't got a band, grab some water bottles. What you're going to do is bend over, stick your bottom out, but try and keep your back nice and flat. And then we're going to drive the elbows up and back down again, keeping them as close into the body as you can and engaging the tummy muscles as you come up. If you have got water bottles, then you're going to do very similar to dumbbells and that movement there. I'm going to stick with the weights as they're in my hand. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So bending over, driving the elbows up and engaging the tummy muscles as you do that. Really nice. Keep that position. The thighs are in tension, which is good. Working those thigh muscles, squeezing the shoulder blades at the top. Keeping that heart rate up. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done, you. Feeling that in the shoulders, which is super. Turn that timer off. Last 3 exercises. We've got a high knee march. Okay, so this would be this movement here. But of course, if you want to go harder, you can speed that up and do some nice big high knees. But you can also just do small little steps. Small but fast, whatever. Shall we get going with our high knees? Have we had 30 seconds rest? 30 seconds? It's probably been close to it. Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So those high knees, back nice and straight. That's nice. Good, really, really good. Keep the head forwards. Can you pick up the pace for the last 8 seconds? Let's go that bit faster, shall we? 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, that was brilliant at bringing the heart rate up again. Last 2 exercises I'm going to show you. So, getting on and off the floor. So, if you can't get on and off the floor, don't worry. What I suggest at this point is you just sit down into a chair and stand back up again without using your hands. So try not to push through your hands. If you need to use one hand, that's fine. If you can get on and off the floor, then this is a really, really great strengthening exercise. Now, there are lots of ways to get on and off the floor. So why not do lots of different ways during the 30 seconds. It's certainly going to get your heart rate up, certainly strength building, because it's hard. That's the reason, and that's the reason I'm getting you to do it. These are the last 2 exercises. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Notice I didn't come back up again. I've started the exercise down on the floor. Now, obviously, I'm still fairly young and I can get on and off the floor quite easily. I don't expect you all to be able to do this, but this just gives you a bit of an idea as to how simple exercises can be to get your heart rate up and add in some resistance. And it's already 30 seconds. So come up into standing. Well done, you. All right, our final exercise. I don't know why it's called spotty dogs, but it's called spotty dogs. And if you're doing the full spotty dog version, and I have to get my brain in gear for this, because it goes like this. Okay, so it's definitely a heart rate raising one. If you can't do the jump, then I suggest stepping back and raising the arms as far as you can. Okay, so that's our last and final exercise, spotty dogs, and then you give yourselves a massive well done, because you are nearly there. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So opposite arm, opposite leg, stretching out. you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to suggest you either speed it up or you go for those jumps. The last bit of time that we have. We must be nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and we're done. How long was that? I don't even know how long that was in total, but I know that I've really, really benefited from getting my heart rate up. My legs are feeling it. My whole body does, actually, my chest as well. Why don't you have a think of which exercises within that, however long program that was, that you thought, yeah, I could do this. I could build this into a bit of a 2-minute intervals where I do 30 seconds on, rest, 30 seconds on, rest again. Because small little chunks like that will start to see your fitness level increase, your strength increase as well. And that's what it's all about. It's just using some of these ways in order to get big, big benefits. All right, well, I need a rest now. So I'm going to go and get a glass of water. Do let me know if you did this video. I would be so, so happy to hear from you if you did. If you've got any questions at all, if you want to learn some of these exercises with me, if you want to learn how to get on and off the floor without really struggling, without having to use furniture, then get in touch, because that is what I love to do as a physio, help you with the goals that you have. It doesn't have to mean that you've got an injury. It can just mean that you can't do something and you want to be able to do it. So have a great rest of your day, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye.